What's going on, driver? Hey man, this is my Rookie Wednesday. This is my first video. This is going out straight for the rookies. If you're an older driver, I mean, this might be too petty for y'all, but I don't think it is. All these videos that I'm gonna put out is gonna have content that can help everybody, I think, like real talk. Because some of this stuff I'm learning and reading, it's some stuff I was studying to learn how to be a better business owner. And I was like, hey, this is some good information. I need to share this with some kids. And like, I paid for a class. So I know a lot of y'all don't have the money here. Y'all ain't even started driving yet. Some of y'all that's driving out here struggling, trying to get it together. So I'm gonna give y'all some nuggets. But so I'm finna really go hard, people. I done told y'all some other videos I done helped over like 20 people. Like make some come over here to the Snyder. I know I done helped over 5 people make over 100 grand that don't work for Snyder. So if you look at all the people I don't help get trucks, I know it's over 10 because I went diamond. So it's over 10 people I got trucks. So if you count the 5 that's out, the 10 is in, and then some more randoms, people here and there that came on with Snyder that had their own trucks or whatever. By listening to what I was saying, helping them out, whatever, these people got the ability to make over $100,000 a year now. So I like that, man. I like saying that. I like knowing the fact that I'm helping people make over $100,000 a year. And since I've put down the ambitions of having my own company, because I feel like doing it like this, I can help way more people a lot faster reach their goals. This guy finna come out, gonna show y'all this truck over here and tell y'all that this might be for some of y'all. That's not really for me, that wide load, but I heard that they make a lot of money. But this guy finna come par right by me. I guess it's all good. I'm gonna mess up my video though. But so what this Rookie Wednesday is gonna do is gonna teach y'all a lot of tips on how to look for trucking companies, different things like that. One thing I always tell a lot of drivers, if you're just trying to drive trucks, if you ain't trying to be the owner, operator, all that, you just trying to drive trucks, you need to start doing research on the companies that are close to your area. The companies that have terminals where you stay at, the companies that run through your area. Now I tell people, you can Google trucking companies. Like Google makes it so much easier now. This dude don't hit me. But you can also go to your local truck stop and watch all the trucks that come through there. When you see trucks that come through there a lot, you just write them down and see which one come through the most. Get a little list and you start checking down 1 time, 2 times, 3 times I've seen this truck, 4 times, 5 times I've seen this company, blah blah blah. Now you'll kind of know, okay, well I seen it. I was out there for an hour and I seen this trucking company 7 times. I seen this company 1 time. I never seen this company, and this might not be 100% accurate because it depends on what time you go out there and what time the driver's coming through. But it gives you some kind of information on how many times drivers come through your area. So I don't know if y'all can hear that truck, but I'm gonna roll my window up so I can don't get drowned out and that smoke ain't getting in my nose. But that's one way. The other way, another thing I want to tell y'all was when you start looking for schools and companies you want to start out with, try to see what's going to be most cost effective and stop trying to run away from paying these people their money. If you don't want to pay people their money, don't go to their school. If you don't want to, you can't do that, man. You can't be a person that's going to tell somebody, yeah, just help me out and I'm going to do you right, and then you skip out on them. That ain't right. That really ain't right. If a company is making sure you get your CDLs, you should go through their program, stay the time you got to stay, or if you decide to leave early, you should pay that company back. If you don't pay them back, it's going to go in your credit. It's going to hurt you anyway. So do what you're supposed to do. Take that year and learn what you need to learn. It's all different kind of ways you can go into being a truck driver. You can go to a vocational school where it takes like 6 months. I wouldn't advise that. More money and more time. You can go to a truck driving school that kind of get you out in a month. You can go to some of these companies that you already have to have a learner's permit to come there. And you can go drive with your uncle or somebody and learn. But I don't recommend that because now it's going to be hard for you to get a job and you ain't properly trained. So, I mean, it's a lot of different ways, but pick your poison, whatever you feel works for you. One thing about being a truck driver, when you come out here into this industry, you have to be resilient. Like, you have to be resilient. You have to have the capabilities to recover quickly, because it's a lot of things going to happen that's not in your favor, and you got to understand how to not get too frustrated and just lose your common sense to you. Because once you get frustrated and mad, you don't think all the way straight. Like today, there's a car merging onto the highway with me, and I slowed down. I tried to get over. I couldn't get over. I seen a car coming up on my left side, so I just laid on my horn, and they stayed in the in the lane where they was trying to merge in, but they was just finna ride out there. I'm going 70 miles an hour. They were about to just ride on out there, and they wanted me to stop, but they are in the lane where they got to yield. They have to yield. I don't have to yield for cars. In some states, if you yield for a car, if a cop is behind you, they can give you a ticket for impeding traffic. So I didn't let this person rattle me. I didn't get mad at this person. I mean, I looked at them to see, make sure they weren't going to try to come up on me and mad and try to do some road rage on me. But after the incident, after we didn't have a wreck, I kind of got back to driving my truck. I'm not finna really focus on that car. I ain't finna shoot no bird at them, none of that kind of stuff. All right, we got past that. I didn't have no wreck. I don't got to worry about the cops coming out here 2-3 hours going through this, going to take a piss test. I don't have to worry about all that. I'm going to deliver my load and continue to make my money. That's what I want to do out here. I ain't trying to be out here have no pissing contest with these four-wheelers. A lot of these people just getting their license, they don't know how to drive, so they gonna piss you off a lot. But you can't let that get you out of your rhythm. You have to be flexible when you come out here. If you come out here with a whole bunch of I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, sometimes that works for some people, but for most people, that's gonna get a lot of doors shut in your face. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do until you get enough experience. Now you can do what you want to do. Understand that. Like most time, once you get a year experience, you can kind of start doing what you want to do. Especially when you get 2 years experience, you can do a lot of what you want to do. Once you get 5 years experience, you golden. You can do almost anything. But it's still always exceptions to the rule. All the time is always the exception to the rule. You got to understand what these exceptions are and learn how to get around them. Sometimes it might be months or a year till you can get yourself in a position to get the job that you want. And when you come to trucking, always pay attention to different companies that what they're offering. Write it down, take a picture, and just hold on to it and start comparing to other companies. Oh Lord, this dude gonna hit my truck. This dude about to hit my truck over here too. Everybody hit my truck, man. Hey, this is nerve wracking right. I need to be asleep right now so I don't see all this. Yeah, I don't need nobody hitting this paid off truck, baby. We do not. Oh yeah, he got it right. He got it right. But yeah, you need to like take a list of all these companies. All these companies you think you might want to work for. Google some of the highest paying trucking companies. Google that stuff and start researching it and try to find companies that you would want to work for. Once you find companies that you think you would want to work for, you start finding out what their hiring process is and align yourself to be able to get hired by that company. You have to have a long-term plan. If you're just looking for what's right in front of you, you're going to have a long road. You got to look down the street and know where you're trying to go. So once you have goals and you got a plan where you're trying to go, sometimes the week go by a little faster because you're trying to knock stuff down. You're trying to, okay, I got that goal knocked out. I got this knocked out. Okay, I got 2 more things I got to do, and now I'll be ready to go. Now your time is right. Everything is trying to run together. So you ain't just waiting a year. You crossing off other things off the list while you doing your year. Let me see. So I wrote some stuff down for y'all. Anger is the wind that blows out the lamps and ideals, and it blows out fires in people's heart. Like sometimes you might have a great idea, or you might have you might have like you really want to do something, but you can get upset at a person at a job or whatever. You can be like, man, forget this junk, I'm done. And you can let somebody else control your life. By you giving them people the power to control your life, you could have changed everything for your family. You could have made sure your wife or your husband had a great life. Your kids could have ended up going to college off your dime. They didn't have to have no scholarship, playing no football or nothing like that. They could have just been regular kids, and the daddy could have paid for it, mom could have paid for it. But you quit a job because you didn't like your dispatcher. You quit a job because you didn't like your trainer or your co-driver. Deal with that. Don't let these people get you out of who you are as a person. Be cool until you find a better situation. Don't let nobody just get you out of who you are as a person, and then you just lose it. This for older drivers, like everybody. Like, don't let nobody get you out of your spot. I always stay calm. Being calm is the best spot you can ever be in, because now you're able to make the correct move. That's the only thing you can really control, is how you react to a situation. You can't always control the situation, but you can control how you react. Y'all said that bad situations control yourself. Setbacks are building blocks. If you have a setback is a learning moment. Like a lot of times, like the old saying is, pressure bust pipes. If it burns, you learn. Like sometimes when stuff really like disappoint you or really like throw you off, you learn from that. Like next time this ain't gonna happen. Like don't just be pissed off and mad and just tell everybody how bad your day went. Learn from that day and figure out, what did I do that I could have changed. It always goes back to you. You always gotta point the finger and look at yourself the most. Like, what could I have done to change this? You always want to do that. I always say, could I have got up earlier? Could I have told him this, then that? Or could I have said this? Could I have put more gas in yesterday when I had stopped this morning? Could I have filled up this morning when I did my pre-trip instead of stopping again in Nashville and all this traffic? I lost another 30 minutes. Like, it's a lot of things you can do to figure out, what could I have done to set myself up in a better situation? Should I have just drove to the ship last night, or did I have to stop at that truck stop? Did I have to stop and get something to eat? Or could I just waited? Could I have just waited till in the morning? Because people can fast for 7 days. If you already ate this morning, ate this afternoon, you don't have to eat at nighttime. You can wait. You can wait. A lot of truck drivers need to wait. I need to wait sometime. And like, if a situation get hard, if you always leave a company that you with because the situation got hard, that don't necessarily make you a better driver. That don't necessarily make sure you're gonna be in a better situation. It's just like if you playing a game, or a video game, or one of them phones on you, a game on your phone. If you get to a hard level and you can't pass that level, you just stop and you go play another game. When you go back to the game that you quit playing, you still at the same level. You have to learn how to think and get around stuff. If you just always quit when stuff get hard, that's not good character. You got to learn how to defeat. You got to learn how to go at your problems, to attack your problems, and learn how to defeat your problems. I said you would never level up if you always change games. If you always change companies and all that kind of stuff, you got to learn how to level up. You got to learn how to beat the system. You got to learn how to make the system work for you. Now, sometimes you might be at a company that's not designed for you. Now, if it's a company that want to drive at night and you can't drive at night, that's not your company. If it's a company that says it's mandatory for you to stay gone for a whole week, a whole month, and you got some little kids, that might not be your company. If the company wants you to have to load cars and unscrap stuff, and you got some medical problems that's saying you can't do this, that might not be your company. So some stuff is, this is a what it is, dang, I can't think, man, a deal breaker. Some stuff it is a deal breaker, but sometimes you got to learn, okay, am I just being petty right now? Am I just being like a spoiled brat? Or do I need to kind of dig deep and get past this situation? Like I say, some companies do have broken systems, and you got to figure that out. And a lot of times when you figure out if a company has a broken system, that's before you get there. You need to look at every company before you get there and see, is this a system for me? Or do I need to go somewhere else? Does this work for me? You need to talk to drivers. You need to look at old drivers that been in that company, look at some of their old videos, because now they free for the company, so they'll say whatever once they free. So you need to look at some of these drivers that left companies. You need to talk to drivers that left companies. You need to talk to people. Talk to drivers that's actually driving for them now. Ask them how much money they making, how they like it, are they gonna stay here for a long time? Ask them that kind of stuff and see what they say. And if they tell you, say, look, man, I'm thinking about coming on to that company. I'm gonna use you as a referral, bro, because you helped me out. So since this person helped you out, you helped them out. What else? Finish your goals. Always have your goals. I'm wrapping up right now, people. This is the end of the video. But have your goals set. Finish your goals before you just quit. Don't just quit, man. Have your list of things you want to do. I want to stay over here for 6 months. I want to learn how to back. I want to learn how to do this. I want to at least deliver 50 loads. I want to go to California. I want to drive the snow. Like, have some goals you want to do and get all that stuff knocked down before you just quit a company. Sometimes if you leave and quit too many companies within 1 year, a lot of big companies, nice companies, they won't deal with you because you're a quitter. And people know it's hard to win with a quitter. All right, people, it's your man T-Peasy. I got me a number now. I got a number for y'all now, man. 305-907-7989. That's my new business number. If y'all want to call me, reach out, holler at me. And I need y'all comments. I need comments about companies y'all thinking about going to, schools y'all thinking about going to, so I can start reviewing some of these companies, some of these schools, and I can make a video about it. I can talk to some people that's been to some of these schools, some of these companies, and I can make a video about it. So now I can give y'all the real deal Holyfield, because if I don't go to these companies, they can't do nothing to me if I'm not there. I'm already at a good company that I'm cool with. I'm gonna be here for a minute. So that's what it is, people. I hope this video helped, and I'll see y'all in the next go around. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Gone.